So Mr. Ash has to leave first, so for those of you who have questions, which we'll open up now, if you want to maybe direct those, your initial questions. So whoever would like to ask a question, if you could direct some of those toward him first. I see one there.
Yes, Daniel Wilson from Wir Klimarat in Germany. What is the role of youth in these negotiations at COP?
Well, Michael will get a chance to weigh in on that as well, since it's a more general question. Youth. Listen, what we're doing here is trying to secure the future. You are the future, not me, not Michael, no matter what he tells you. We have lived our lives, and we're looking at our sunset years now, both him and I, so I'm speaking for him as well. This is all about the future. You are the future. We're trying to secure it, so you are an integral part of it. You have a role to play. I think you should be very, very active, and this, if I can look at your presence here, demonstrates that you are involved, you intend to stay involved, and I hope you remain not only involved, but very, very active in what we're doing.
Youth, for me, is an inspiration. I always speak about my grandchildren. This guy's a father, I'm a grandfather. A godchild just recently born. I'm working for them, and through them for you, and for all of those like you outside. So certainly it's a driver for me, and for others. The other thing is that this is an opportunity for you to make a difference, to make a noise, but not just a cacophony of noise, but a focused noise. So you've got to learn about the political realities and know where you can put your input, and have a sense of where that input might be most effective. I think it's an excellent idea, as the conferences have grown, that the space for youth has grown. Make good use of it.
All right, back there? Yes. No, you good? Yes.
Sorry.
There you go.
Right. The reason why correct me if I'm wrong, the reason why there are two sides now is that because the developed countries do not want to go ahead with Kyoto Protocol. So why is it that there are two sides here when both of you cannot even agree on whether the Kyoto Protocol should stand or not? Is that there's still this disagreement. So could you comment on why it's still going ahead rather than first hashing out whether you should go ahead with the second commitment period for Kyoto Protocol?
As far as I know, Michael and I don't disagree. Well, there are the things, but of course, we won't get into that. But no, we don't disagree on the substance. But just a bit of the history. The AWG-KP group, which I chair, was launched first back in 2005. The LCA came later with the Bali action plans, as Michael clearly indicated. So that's why you have the two separate tracks, and this is important. Now, I'm not going to lie to you to say that there are not two sides to every argument. And yes, we do have an argument here. There's an argument on whether or not you should have one outcome or two. So yes, there are two sides to that. But let's be clear. There's a legal obligation on the part of the industrialized countries to commit on the Kyoto Protocol. What they do on the LC, of course, Michael can address that. But there's only one legal obligation here, and it's on the Kyoto Protocol. And what we're doing is trying to come up with a second commitment period that will begin on January 1st, 2013. Our objective on the KP is extremely clear.
If I may, the convention is as old as Christina, born in 1992. It entered into force quite quickly, and immediately it did so, it launched discussions on the Kyoto Protocol. And the second child, so to say, grew faster than the first and has overshadowed it. The point of the Bali mandate, which I am carrying forward here, is to give life to the convention, to make the convention count in areas of adaptation, technology, finance. John and I are part of a two-track process which is meant to produce two results. One of the results being the second commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol. This is very much misrepresented in the press, and if there's anybody here from the press please take this as a criticism, direct criticism. How many times do I have to read on a website or an article from very respective or sectors of the media that the purpose of this conference is to replace the Kyoto Protocol, which expires in 2012. It is not, and it does not expire in 2012. The fact is, and this is the reality, that the US did not ratify the Kyoto Protocol, so many other developed countries want to be in the same space as the US. That is what the problem is about. But it is not the purpose of this conference to kill the Kyoto Protocol.
Thank you very much for being here. My name is Juan Carlos. I'm from Peru, and I'm with the Latin American Youth Delegation. Building on what you said, yesterday, the third Lunar We Put Aside event, and towards the end, Mr. Martin Kaur, the director of the South Center, talked about the agreed outcome. So what's the ideal agreed outcome for everyone, developing countries? And well, I probably won't tell you the answer, but I would like to hear what's the ideal agreed outcome that we're expecting from this conference on the LCA track, on the KP, given the situation we have.
Maybe I start on this one, since the agreed outcome is part of the mandate from Bali. I won't give you an ideal, but I'll give you a likelihood. The likelihood is that there will be strong, substantive agreement on the content of how we should be cooperating going forward and what commitments should be. It is a fact, and I was just talking to people, that's why I was late coming here, that there are divergent views about the legal nature of that outcome. Some are looking at decisions that will capture the substantive content, others would want to go one step further and have already here in Copenhagen a legally binding outcome, a legally binding instrument. Some would say let's have the decisions first and the instrument later, based on the decisions here. So I can't give you the ideal, but I can give you the range of possibilities. In any case, what I'm hoping for is a very strong, substantive outcome.
Yes, in case of the Kyoto Protocol, as I said at the outset, our primary task is a second commitment period. Now, how does that translate into what we actually do? We are supposed to amend what is called Annex B of the protocol, and that's where you find the list of countries. It has the United States, of course, but the United States has never ratified it, even signed it. It has not ratified the protocol, nor does it intend to. So when you amend the table, I guess you can no longer put the United States. And it will have a different set of numbers, commitments, targets, whatever, and it will have a different time period beginning in 2013, and whatever figure we agree to for the length of the period, 5 years, 8 years, or whatever. So that's what we're doing. We're also looking at other aspects as well, and they're all connected with the numbers. I talked about LULUCF, and of course mechanisms, what role they would play in assisting countries in meeting their targets. So those are the things that we're doing, and that would be the outcome.